Alright guys, my name is the Meta Goblin and today I'm going to be making a fun video talking about all of the overpowered talents in Classic WoW. Just before we jump in guys, please do give me a quick follow on Twitch if you want to catch any of my live streams, and if you end up liking the video, please consider liking and subscribing because that really does help the channel out quite a lot. But anyway guys, let's jump into the video. So the first talent I have on this list is a Holy Paladin talent called Illumination. After getting a critical effect of your Flash of Light, Holy Light or Holy Shock heal spell, gives you a 100% chance to gain mana equal to the base cost of the spell. So it's pretty straightforward. Whenever you crit with your healing spell, you get 100% of that mana refunded, and obviously when paladins stack intellect and they stack raw spell crit chance high enough, eventually you're going to be critting pretty much most of the time, particularly as you can get a baseline flat 5% increased critical chance from your talents as well, and it has the potential to basically make you an infinite mana healing machine. This is essentially how people were actually able to free mana Nixia back in the day, as you can see by the background footage right now. This paladin obviously has crit stacked high enough, because if you look at his mana pool, I think it only dips about, 20%, if that, and it never gets depleted at all. You can watch the entire fight if you go and watch the video on YouTube, and that paladin's mana barely drops. And obviously this paladin, he's decked out in probably tier 3 gear, and he basically, it's almost like a cheat code, this talent, because it will literally give you infinite mana. It's almost like a GTA 5, cheat code that gives you infinite health or something daft like that, because it is literally that overpowered. Next we have a Frost Mage talent called Shatter, okay? Increases the critical chance of all your spells against frozen targets by 50%. This is the main talent that makes mages absolutely lethal in a PvP scenario. It massively increases your crit chance to the point where it becomes rare that you don't crit, providing you have some decent gear, 20 to 30% crit chance stacked up, which is not exactly difficult to do. You can do that in pretty rare, best in slot gear, and then pretty much every time you freeze a target, you're going to get a huge chunky crit on that target, particularly when you combine this talent with the Icy Shards talent, that increases your crit damage by a further 100% for a total of 250% over the original damage of the spell. Obviously mages don't always have the time to cast a full frostbolt, but that's fine because the effect works on all spells, including instant cast spells like Cone of Cold, Arcane Explosion and Fire Blast. This means when mages stack together in a PvP raid, they can literally exploit the effect to wipe entire raids. You probably only need about 5 mages to pull this off, because if you stack those Arcane Bolt crits together, in 5 together going off instantly, you can just basically wipe an entire raid. Just look at the background footage of my raid getting absolutely annihilated by a load of mages in a Blackrock Mountain. I mean, it is pretty mental, this Shatter ability, and it's been an overpowered ability pretty much for the entirety of World of Warcraft's life. I mean, World of Warcraft's been out for 15, 16 years now. I don't play retail that much obviously, but I'm pretty sure this Shatter effect, the whole concept of freezing your enemy and then using abilities to maximize damage, it's pretty much been in the game since the dawn of time, and it's always just been an extremely overpowered talent for mages forever. The third talent on this list is Weapon Expertise. Increases your skill with sword, fist and dagger weapons by 3, and obviously you stack that to 5 if you've got 2 talent points in it. So I didn't realise how overpowered Weapon Expertise was until I switched into a PvP build and messed about a little bit on my rogue, and then I tried to do DPS in a raid. My DPS was literally cut in half, and I looked at the DPS meters to find out why, and the reason why is because half my white damage was basically missing, or they were hitting as glancing blows, okay? This talent will easily give you a flat 50% damage increase, in all honesty. In my case it was literally double the DPS, and this is because it reduces the required hit cap that rogues need, which means you're gonna, miss less, and it also soft caps your glancing blows, and it massively increases your white damage hits. It is a bit of a boring one because, it is all about white damage hits, but nonetheless it is extremely and incredibly powerful, particularly as the alternative methods to increase your weapon skill over 300 are pretty difficult and pretty expensive, getting certain items, and to be honest, they're really rare. A lot of items will simply just, are pretty much impossible to find. There's some diamond pieces which increase your dagger skill, but increasing your sword skill is pretty impossible to do unless you're a human or have the Weapon Expertise talent, so it is an absolute godsend talent in increasing your raid DPS. So the fourth talent I'm going to talk about is a Warlock talent called Demonic Sacrifice. When activated, sacrifices your demon to grant you an effect that lasts 30 minutes. The effect is cancelled if any demon is summoned. The particular one we want to pay attention to is the Succubus Sacrifice effect, which increases your shadow damage by 15%. The reason why Demonic Sacrifice is so overpowered is because if you're a serious raider, you're going to have this talent literally for 3 years, 11 months and 9 days, from the beginning of Vanilla to the release of the Wrath of the Lich King pre-patch, where to replace this talent with a Demonic Empowerment pet spell. You know, obviously because since it makes more sense for a Demonology Warlock to actually have his demons summoned. The reason why this ability was so overpowered is because it gave a flat 15% damage increase, and because you're going to be doing nothing but casting Shadow Bolt for again 3 years, 11 months and 9 days, this is a very straightforward DPS increasing talent that literally stretched over 2 expansions because it was so overpowered. In a way, it's one of my least favourite talents because one of my favourite aspects of playing a Warlock is having a demon summoned. So I was considering going to play Warlock, and you know, when the classic WoW came out, but the thing that really puts me off playing Warlock is the fact you never have your demon out, and you're going to be casting Shadow Bolt over and over again, pretty much for 2 expansions. And you know, and if more legacy servers come out, I know I'm going to get pretty bored of just casting Shadow Bolt for 2 expansions. So if Wrath of the Lich King servers ever come out, I'll probably consider, you know, messing about on a Warlock. But anyway, let's move on to the next one, on the next talent on this list. So our last and final talent is Elemental Fury. Increase of a critical strike damage bonus of your Searing, Magma and Fire Nova totems and your Fire, Frost and Nature spells by 100%. So essentially what that talent is basically saying to us is that your crits will do an extra 100% damage on literally every single spell that you have in the game. The main thing that we're going to focus on is the last line of that talent, okay? Since this talent becomes its most powerful when you use it with a Chain Lightning ability. This talent is essentially a reason why Elemental Shamans are fully capable of one-shotting low-geared enemies when the spell is combined with Elemental Mastery, which makes their next Chain Lightning an instant cast and a guaranteed critical chance. Elemental Shamans essentially become a nuclear bomb inside a handgun of this talent, especially with the right gear, consumables and a cheeky bit of RNG, as you can very clearly see by the footage in the background. The footage you can see in the background is from Hamster Wheel. You should definitely check out his channel because he makes some really cool classic WoW videos. But anyway guys, that's where I'm going to end the video there. Let me know in the comment section what talents you think are personally the most overpowered in classic WoW. But anyway, my name is Metagoblin. To my next video, ciao.